This meeting is being live streamed. Got it. Make sure this is wrong. There we go. This one. You can click on this. Yeah, just click there with the next. Right, yeah. All right, let's see. So let's see what we got here. Oh, let me get that. You, all right, and let me see. Let me get my visual on here. Okay. Spotlight. I can do it. I forgot you can. I forgot you should. You got a great sense of humor. All right.
Yeah. Everything.
Right. Richard, can you join this onto the feed?
Can you copy that code? Invite code?
Let me see. Right. I don't even use this thing. I forgot how to do it so much. Where is it?
It's in the bottom, it's participants.
Participants. Oh, right. Copy link. There you go. Yeah, so it's going to be post-produced on the streaming platforms, but it's streaming right now to the social media. Yeah.
On your account?
Yeah, so you can actually go and share I can do that at the same time. So we can go to Waffle Records, Instagram, and you can just invite everyone. It's already, the feed is already open. Actually, it's not, Richard. It's not. The feed's not. Oh, one. There we go.
So it's open now. It's streaming everywhere.
Got it. All right, so that's the official live signal. Let me share this with everybody.
Can you allow this page in?
See it? Waffle _ records.
Recording in progress. What's _ follow? Is that?
No, oh, with waffle, no E.
No E.
I'm gonna send a bunch of invites very quickly. Okay, 50 people, and that's good. Let's get it started.
Okay.
Facebook, really quick.
Oh, you see those now? Okay, Liz. Right.
So we got
Stanford, you have yourself.
How do you invite me?
so one more second. Yeah. Okay. Share this to my timeline. Okay, so what time we got? All right.
I'm just gonna have this device.
Oh, yeah.
But if you turn the volume on, it won't affect.
No, it won't affect the sound of this microphone. You want to double check?
Oh, and double check it by having your phone in your AirPods.
Wait, what is this doing? This is Zoom. It's only
Yeah,
this.
Zoom. So I'm putting it on.
Yeah, but why?
Why I'm gonna be lower to.
Yeah, no. If you don't want to hear any audio, disconnect audio. Okay, so I don't want to disconnect audio. Do me a favor, take my phone, and walk over and make sure that right now you hear audio. You should though. We tested it earlier. Just don't want to ignore that concern. Nice. You still here? Sound good? Good. All right, let's go. All right. Hello, everyone. How you doing today? My name is Stanford Reed. I'm here representing Hip Hop Never Die. It's Hip Hop High Notes coming to you live from the High Note. And we're here with Nays. How you doing, Nays?
I'm doing great.
Uh-huh.
How are you?
I'm doing good, doing good. I actually just had a son. My son was born on the 5th. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Your father.
Yeah, I'm a new dad. I have a 13-year-old, but yep, now we have a new addition to my family.
It's not new to you.
It's not. It's always new. Definitely new. He's definitely his first time here.
That's true.
Yeah. Yes. It feels really good. It feels really good. It's my first time coming out since then. So yeah, I got to. Yeah. Yeah. So how'd your day today? What's
Brain is been pretty good. Nothing too crazy. I my live production. So there's a lot of details to flush out, to talk to,
Okay.
maintain that momentum, that series.
Yeah. So now we got caught up on the present. Let's see. Let's take us back. So Nate, is that your name? Is that like your was that like a pseudonym?
Yeah. It's for
Circuit.
That's it.
Wow. Okay.
And that's what I have in my music. So the circuit and that's originated from Pakistan. And then I just shortly today because the circuit is it's a little too much for some people. It's just say.
Nates is great though. I like it. It seems so like so abstract. I thought like I didn't imagine it was like a shortened version of your name. That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
I thought maybe you was like, yeah, so I was in the days and like I don't know. So
There's the half of my name.
so you're like to me, check out your Instagram. I consider you like a multi-dimensional artist in a lot of ways. Like you have many facets and so like let's like what would you call yourself? Like what type of artist are you?
I'm morphing into a creative director.
Exactly.
Two things to me. But I'm a storyteller. That's what I've always done through all of my fields. You know what I'm saying? And I think that kind of encompasses it. And when I work on the brand creative experience, that's literally what I've been doing. It's kind of just getting that innovative, high frequency expression of arts. And that's what I was being wanting to do. And yeah, it all pieced together and came good.
Yeah, that's great. Wow, because you fill my mind up with so many things.
Yeah.
I like the interviews to develop like naturally. So the way how you said it made me think. 'Cause you made me think. You said something like that made me think like so you have yourself aligned more like from a business standpoint. I can see because you once a person can consolidate something down to like a short couple words like creative director. That's why I know. Hey, I create direct. Whether it's this, whether it's that, whether it's these, whether it's those. So what's your like 9 to 5 if you have one
Right, I don't know. I work with children. I'll work with children with disability, and I'm a research.
Okay.
Yeah, my background is in psychotherapy, and I was specifically focused on mindfulness and like meditation intervention, basically. And that's how I developed myself as a therapist. And then at some point, I've got the space with children in different standpoints as a teacher, as a TA, and got to being, working as a research assistant. That's what I do. That's another part of my life. That's completely different from artwork,
Yeah.
which I love because my mind is just I'm like, I need that input of information to explore it out, yeah, I've always been an investigator
Yeah.
growing up, and I am, so that creates nice. And plus working with children with disabilities, it's such a different demographic from us. It's such a different demographic from like, but there's such a beautiful human beings, every one of them that I'm like, I love my job. I love my job. I don't even know what else to tell you about it, because it's just so, it's very fulfilling, but it's very difficult. It's consistent behavioral training. I work at the PTA, which is consistent, so it's like, it's consistently being with the child, working into each other so much, like getting to know that child so much, to the point that you're able to progress them, steady, slow, but progressive relationship.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's great. Wow, that made me think about a lot of things as well. Wow, so I'm gonna stick to it. I'm gonna stick to my guns and keep going forward. So now on the other side of that, you said you were a research assistant. So what type of research? Is it scientific research?
It's psychology.
Psychological.
Psychological research.
Uh-huh.
I recently did my first conference. Few weeks ago. Yeah. I mean, it's all about the research that I presented was all self-compassion, and I looked at the relationship between those two and how they affect our self-worth and self-understanding, and what kind of meditative interventions that we need in order to increase levels of self-compassion. So it's a lot on that level. I've gotten to space to look into neurology a little deeper. I'm not too good at that yet, but I'm going. I probably will, probably not. Let's see what my next.
You ever heard of neuropsychological engineering?
Am I aware of it?
Yeah.
I'm aware of it, but I'm not top 10.
Yeah, that was my independent study.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was. I love it. I love hearing the way you're talking about it, because it's exactly what you're talking about. Trying to learn the behaviors of an individual, and also understand how those learned behaviors were learned behaviors. So you're learning them, and you're also learning them to observe, not to take them on. And then there's a lot of ways how you could take them on and try to see what that is like to be that way. But it's like, it's so many ways how you realize that these decisions that you're making and this analysis that you're doing is allowing you to determine what's there and what you're trying to engineer in. And then, steps that you want to take from there to see like, oh, do I need to go back beyond this individual? Maybe like somewhere deeper within their psyche, like, from hereditarily, like it's in there, like genetically, like certain predispositions are there. Yeah, it's great to hear someone else talk about it. So how do you bring that research to now? Because I heard you like multi-dimensional artist.
Yeah.
Like, I can feel like you have like a understanding about maybe what's going on in the room when you bring people together.
I think what happened is in my development, because of development of self, and development of me, and understanding of me, and that therapy and mindfulness and spirituality have helped me tap into me, I was able to tap in on levels of, increasing my consciousness, and that's when I had my spiritual awakening, and that's when, from that on, everything kind of started adding to each other. I've become very aware of this energy. I've become very aware of behavior, and just studying it from a point of view of psychology, or just tapping into my own intuition, I was able to like truly understand what is. How do you say it? It's almost like when I connect with people, I see their higher thoughts.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what I want to bring out the most.
Okay.
That's what I'm expecting. And the more you project that frequency onto people, the more people match that frequency. But also I'm very aware and very like understanding of people's fault. You know, we'll have that inspection. So you're able to like assess that from a very objective point of view. Or at least I try to. I'm not saying I'm going to be perfect. Being able to reflect that in something. I'm very aware of what my own issues, my own reflections of self that can be projected on others. So it's that I'm bringing consistently every time in every my interaction. And yeah.
Wow, are you a Scorpio?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I'm a cusp. I'm a cusp.
November 21st.
No.
No.
October 19th.
Huh?
October 19th.
October 19th. Okay, I'm October 27th.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you feel me?
Yeah. I feel you. You're 34? How old are you?
Not 34, no.
How old are you? How old are you?
I'm 24.
24. 24. Oh, but it's your year anyway. So you know, I mean, with like Eastern Zodiac,
Yeah.
like yeah. So like
Today is, yeah, this year is my,
it's cat, rabbit. Okay.
Cat rabbit.
Yeah.
It is my year.
Yeah. It's your year.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's cool.
How old are you?
I'm 34.
I'm 30.
All right, I'm 34. Yeah. So yeah.
So it's your year as well?
No. 2 years from now, I'm killing it. Actually, next year, because I'm 35 this year.
Oh.
Yeah. So next year is my year. You know what's next? Dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He always loves it. So I love it.
Is
I love
that,
the
that's the name?
Yes.
The dragon archetype?
Yes. Okay. I can see that. I see that. There's some, I love choices of words, and I love when like I love triggers actually. Like when someone can say something that kind of like stimulates a certain type of thing in mind. And so like when you said, I want you to like kind of like almost as if I didn't know anything at all about anything I'm about to ask you now. Like, what is a spiritual awakening?
What is the spiritual awakening?
Mhm.
Well, they like what's going on with it feels like a supernova. Like it's a very dense. No, let me rephrase that. To me, it feels like you go to the most bottom of your emotion, of your existence, just to understand how much of possibilities they have at every single moment of time. That makes sense. If that makes any sense.
That makes perfect sense.
Because if that makes any sense, that's how I would describe it. Because it's like you get to a point that you almost lose all, or you know,
Yes.
obliterate it.
Yeah.
You're just, there's nowhere else to go.
No.
But to just understand that there's other possibilities.
Yes.
That's it.
And then things.
And then things just you start piecing together the things that truly move you. You don't have any sense of direction. Ego does not direct you anymore. It only your body, only your soul and your spirit. And because there's no set motion. You completely obliterate that. You already understood that there's other possibilities. And now all you need to do is trust. And go. And trust that intuition.
Wow, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. And so when you experience the higher self of another, like is it similar to the person who might experience on a lower vibration right in front of you?
What do you mean by that?
Okay, so I can share a story from my experience. I had this moment where I was with two friends in the middle of one of my music performances. I performed, didn't realize they were there. Then I took a break for like maybe 30 minutes and I sat with them and I transitioned to a particular meditative high vibrational state in which I looked at my friends and I watched them transform into more or less a more refined version of who I'd seen before. And I realized that, right, you know, sometimes it's on how the light's hitting you. What kind of shades I have on, how far I am away, the color you're wearing. I can't really see you. Sometimes people look at you, I see you, I know what you look like. I love to look at like pictures of like celebrities that I think I know what they look like Drake, for example. So when you see this image millions of times, or thousands of times in your life, since the grassy or something. And if you were to walk in this store and you really look at them, you're like, wow, you're not exact. I see how those pictures represent who you are, but they weren't you the whole time. I can see you, more of you now than I can see then. Or maybe I see less of you because the photos were so focused and the light was like hitting you in just the right places. And so with the higher self, I felt like I was seeing like just a more refined version of my friends there. And then I had that happen several times. I've also seen the moment where I saw all these possibilities right in front of my eyes. And so sometimes the things resemble in a way where it's like, oh wow, that's cool to see how that can translate and that's a possible way that I can see that. And then it might look similar to what's going on. And there's some things that can be like, oh, that's quite different than but I understand why that changed that way.
So you're asking me if or have I seen or how do I more seen during this time? Is that what you're asking?
Yes, because and when you see higher selves, do you recognize the lower vibrational person that also connected to that higher?
The thing is, we consistently resonate with people without presence of and lower vibes without higher vibes. And I feel like when I see somebody, I understand I understand what is blocking them. What is blocking them continuously moving forward, right? And it doesn't take me like I just see you, right? It's gonna probably have a conversation or some sort of relationship. I don't know, some sort of relationship. But it's like it's just awareness that there is a level of self-realization to you. And I don't see it, I can tap into it, and I can move forward, and I can just like that's what I love doing. I love releasing that fear that is blocking from or trying to at least for you to
With some people who don't understand or have a different understanding, would they just simply say that word empath and say, oh, you're an empath because you can feel it. Does it come with any other type of things like aura, synesthesia, maybe telepathy?
Well, depending on how something other I am telepathically communicate because I know every human has the innate ability to understand other person's vibration or thoughts and frequency. Because I think of that, it's kind of like it's not so much thoughts that are being, it's the emotion that is being exuding out of me, basically bursting out of me, and you're able to pick up on that if you're just a little bit sensitive enough to understand and not project your own emotion on something. So with friends and people who I interact very closely, like we literally would like be across the room and just look at each other. Like that's all it takes. Or have a conversation, obviously feel that you're uncomfortable right now, even though and like that would just give off everything. It doesn't need to like no matter how much you're trying to cover that, it's going to be regardless. Like no matter how good your coping mechanisms are. And I feel like I've gotten in my lifetime, I've gotten very good at covering and creating a mask. Like that's a great technique that I've done to fool so many people, but it also does take away from being authentic to you and being very present with your emotion. But sometimes it's needed. It's needed to be able to be protected, to maintain that shield around yourself.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Wow. Wow. So now I So, wow. So maybe let's pivot because that was such a we went really in that direction. Let's try like maybe pivot a little. Let's say so where you from originally?
I'm from Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan, and like how did you come from Kazakhstan to here?
I was 16 years old. My mother moved here when I was 5. For reasons. She didn't know she was gonna ever come back. She had cancer, and she was like, "It's a whole, I feel like it's a wrong, almost." I was like, but she was just, she wasn't sure if she will ever come back. She's dealing with cancer, and at some point, she went through it all, was undocumented, got documented, and then started slowly bringing everybody together, bringing her family in here, because she saw that there was possibilities and ability to grow, and that's not the case. And so, and that's pretty much how I was brought up. Because I was underage, she brought me and got me to that. And I kind of grew up kind of knew that I'm going to be in somewhere else, not so that archetype of an alien and like consistently emotionally detached. I feel like I subconsciously knew that I can't attach to the people that are there because I will not see them soon. And that's what happened. Then I moved here. I did not know English when I was born, so I had to learn from scratch. I kind of knew grammar. And yeah, then high school, then college, and on and on and on.
And all in New York City?
All in New York City, yeah. And I got stuck here ever since. It was such an interesting experience because I never grew up alone with her. It was like the first time I actually see her in person and like get to know her, what kind of person she is. Like she's not a Skype picture anymore. Like she's an actual human being. Yeah, like there's so many different dynamics, like family separation, missing my dad, and my sisters. There's a lot. There's so much to unpack there. That's like,
yeah.
And we went through it all, and I just admire our family to be able to literally oceans of water. We're still that's
You made me think about my time in Vietnam. I lived there for about 5.5, 6 years. I just came back a little over a year and a half ago. And when I moved there, I considered myself connected to the idea you said about like being an alien and understanding like, that I was okay not seeing what I had been seeing and moving about. I kind of consider myself somewhat like similar to your mom in a sense, as far as like, I went there and I established a life, and now I kind of like advocate about that kind of almost like when people are wanting to find something different, it's like almost like to go into that other realm, and like it's almost like the ego is shed. The person you think you are right now, the facial expressions that people are used to seeing on your face, they think they know what you feel and what you mean. And the facial expressions you think you know or you're unfamiliar with, and you go somewhere else, everyone looks and it's different. And you're like, oh wow, I don't know what this means. I don't know what that means. Oh wow, what do people think this? Maybe when they start to share with you, oh, when I look like this, you think that? Oh wow, when I do this, this means come and this means go. Like, so many things.
There's so many. It's completely starting from scratch. Completely starting like creating a whole different identity. I think language has been a big barrier for me growing up, and expression. I call myself expression. Like true self-expression. I always felt like I'm a weirdo, but like I did not know. Like in Russian, it was okay. Like I still were very closeted. I would say I was not able to express myself truly. But then when I moved here, that shook me up. That transition shook me up. And I couldn't do anything else but to be myself. I didn't have any other navigator. Nobody could navigate me here. Yeah, my family here, but they also got stuck in this immigrant mentality, got stuck in that Russian area, so they don't move out of it. They don't know what's New York City really about. Like they would never. They kind of still don't. You know, and I knew this is where I'm meant to stay and grow and assimilate. So I put that pressure on myself, and I was like, okay, we're creating something completely, whatever the fuck you knew before, that doesn't fucking matter, because all the values, they didn't resonate with me anymore, first of all, and second of all, they were just too limiting. They were just too limiting to be here and still exist in those bounds.
Yeah.
And that's it. And ever since, it's just one by one releasing beliefs that I knew and how to figure myself. That now I know.
Do you have, because I'm pretty sure people watching are going to be curious about maybe your religious or spiritual practices?
I'm spiritual. I would definitely. Well, I grew up Muslim, right? And my family has a pretty heavy relationship, or like a very strong relationship to Islam. However, when I was exploring, I think it was pandemic that kind of got me to space. You know, pandemic got everyone in a certain space. And that space for me was like, am I agnostic or atheist? Like I wonder. And then I knew that doesn't resonate with me because there's something in me that told me I still believe in something that exists out of me, something metaphysical. And that's when I started tapping in. First, I went back to my culture's Shamanic tribal religion. That was very like we worship sun, we worship land, we worship that, and like that is what we were very acquainted with that outside of Islam, you know, without even knowing. We're still people of the land. Before we got colonized Russia, before we got swept by Genghis Khan, whatever. We're such a we were nomads. We were part of the nature. And then at some point I was like, okay, maybe Buddhism needs a ways to go. And that's when Buddhism kind of got manifested into me, my life. It was like a therapy actually. And I learned how to meditate, I learned how to explore, like I explored Zen Buddhism specifically, got into those practices, really resonated with the philosophy of interdependence, of no identity, no self. All of it felt so right. And when it feels right, like that's it. That's locked. That was something that pushed me forward into academic lifestyle. I wrote. I got very, very fucking deep in astrology, and it's just it's been a road ever since. Like I don't sometimes realize how much I know until I like sit down and read someone's natal chart, and I'm like for hours telling them information about themselves. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so I'm looking forward to talking to you, especially after the interview. I would like to ask you about natal charts because I just had a son like a few days ago.
Yeah.
I have some ideas about who he is according to the charts. Well, circumstantially, you know, that was just a situation that you set up with, and you know,
I love that. Especially when the child is born.
yeah. So let's see, what's the next thing? Wow, that was really great segments. Let's see. Another one. So I went to your event for a brief moment. I didn't have much time to stay, but when I came in, it was so vibrant. It's in the vibrant location, right in the middle of downtown, and you know, kind of like right in the middle of everything, kind of like kind of low key. And I go down there, everyone's having a great time, so vibrant, people dancing, interacting. And it just seemed like something cool was going down there. So how long have you been doing these types of events?
This is the lounge of that event. So you saw when the very first event series. That was a lounge, yeah. And the whole idea behind this event is like elevating elevating a scene of joy.
What's the name of the event series?
Human experience.
Human experience.
Yeah. And that party for alchemy. And I just invited all those performers who alchemizes their emotion and experiences like human experience into a certain artistic perspective. And that on its own is very beautiful and healing to people to see and just to be able to be present and connect. That like and that what the human experience really stands for is basically exploring healing and exploring true connection to self through our discussion, through joy, through intimacy, connecting over. Art has that beautiful ability to unite people, and that's what I always want to establish and create. So I've got so many beautiful people to make that happen. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, there's so, and the thing is that is so boundless, and there's so many avenues to apply it to explore different emotions, and that's why I always, if I create art, it's always very personal and deep and spiritual through my journey. Like I literally look at a certain like transformation, right? Or how do we optimize? How do I or understand our sexuality? What is sexuality? And or ethnicity, heritage, like all of these topics and ideas about ourselves, ideas of me is what I'm literally exploring through storytelling, through other people, through that create experience like reality.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's not, I'm just somebody who they inspire people, but it's like it's a thing. It's not me. It's not single. It's all, yeah.
So would you care to vocalize a 5-year intention?
My 5-year intention?
Yes.
5-year intention. I mean, I definitely want this to be very solid and very like ongoing. I don't think that far.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you that.
That's great.
I do not think that
Uh-huh.
far. Yeah, I do not. I mean, everything comes to me as it comes, and I do live present, and move through my emotions in the present moment. Like at least maybe a month.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't think 5 years from now, like what's the point?
Yeah, what's the point, right?
What's the point?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm sure that I'm just going to deepen my relationship with all of this. And at some point, I would love these events and community. I want this community to be very big and very high standing because high frequency spaces like this are needed for us. Like this is needed for a community.
Yeah.
We have enough of distraction. We have enough of that. We don't have much of this. And in perspective, that's what I would want to bring into, and many others would want to bring into this. So, yeah, like maybe we could curate a certain like mushrooms have been something that I've been exploring on here, like ayahuasca trips, something that I've been exploring. Maybe there is something that like a route that I could take, but it's all one of many.
You had experiences with all of the above?
Well, I didn't try ayahuasca. I did try. Well, obviously, I never go so mushrooms. But other than that, I mean, I did cacao ceremony. I did like natural practices, and through my spiritual practices, all I did is meditate. Like I decided to be very like not induced to intoxicate myself with anything. So I just wanted to see how naturally I can get wherever I can get. Because you can naturally get anywhere, like on a spiritual perspective, you get it just by practicing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think the hardest part about that is letting go of your idea of what you thought was possible.
Exactly.
And this is helping you to release that. Because like I took this and this did that to me. Yeah.
But my route was always been very like just allowing me to be me. Just allowing me to be me. Have created all that beauty. What else? Like I just need to allow. I just need to. That's it. That's it.
Wow. Wow, we're progressing so fast. Like the interview is going so well. Like sometimes it's like I'm gauging it like how it's time. Wow.
I'm pretty much an open book. I'll give you respect, but I am an open book. When needed.
So is there anything like any conversation point that you would like to make in your own?
To be honest, this, the fact that you reached out to me was super random, like I did not expect this. What encouraged you to get me on board? Or
Who would be one of the, were they guests for, one of the guests, there was a girl for students, and I was going to your event. I was like, "You'd be a great person." And then I was like, all right,
or June?
this, this June, yeah, today's June 8th.
Oh, you mean this?
Well, no, this part, so this is a monthly, we have this on the first Thursday.
Right.
Every
Okay.
podcast, so I was, looking for a guest.
Oh, you were looking for a guy, and then June 3rd. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see, that's beautiful.
So in my reality, sometimes I get to a point where I actually like Dragon Ball Z a lot. Sometimes there's a question, something we need to know about, that we need to experience,
Right.
some information we need to hear in a situation where it wasn't directly requested because it makes it more valuable. Like that, someone shows up and they say that, and they say they have to say, but they can't just say that. They have to say that and this and this and this. They cannot be connected in the same sentence.
Mhm.
Almost like separate ideas, but in my mind, they come together and it's like, oh wow, you're connected to what I'm experiencing right now. You must be the same sign as me. Because life arranged you. Oh, you're a Libra Scorpio cusp. Okay, so that means that you're probably more of the most balanced of the Libra. And you come here to help me to balance out certain things that there are things that maybe go without balance. Like this is type of like, I think it's Japanese like riddle that doesn't have a solution.
Right.
And some no, that's the poem one.
Oh,
There's one where I think it's called poem.
Cohen, yes.
So a Cohen, it's some people, they can't quite balance on that fence of the eternal of I'm not in the past, I'm not in the present, I'm not thinking ahead, I'm not reflecting, I'm not going left, I'm not going right, I'm not going straight, I'm not going forward, I'm right here resting on this infinitesimal point. You kind of go spearhead, you go way faster if you're able to balance there, but there's nothing that you want to.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing but the personal.
Yeah.
That's really I mean, and that's just mental.
Yes.
Like creating and stuff. Knowing that your soul benefits from this so much and making that a self-care. That's really simple stuff. Like, because there's anything else, and of course, like the way you process it, the way you use to release a certain thing. Like the more I've always been, I don't know if you are you familiar with human design?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm somebody who is signal. I have a signal. So everything that I've gone through, all of my decisions come from my God. So everything that I've gone through is coming. And the more I listen to my authority, the better relationships with the world and the relationship with myself that I make and create. And so it's like the more present I am here, connected, the better it is.
Wow.
That's at some point. That's about it. And the more information you can gather about yourself, the more information you can understand about yourself, whatever you choose, whether it's sitting in simple, quiet meditation, and just letting the thoughts flow, because that's what meditation really does. It literally just allows you space. Sometimes when we need space to just be present in that environment, to understand what is it that's out there. And how can we like move forward from that? I think there's a analogy that one of my teachers made is all my thoughts are just literally furniture. And we identify all the furniture thinking this is us, we identify all those thoughts, but we're truly just the air and space. like remove those thoughts, we're still gonna be existing. Open the window, we're gonna be everything out there because we are everything. Like there's no bounds to us. So as long as you remember that there's always a way, it's clear to see and connect with myself, just be as intimate and passionate with what you are. Yeah.
And that what you just said is like, you know, what you said, the clear, and that is, it's really tough. It's really tough to be a person who can still view the possibility of not having done this. Sometimes, like, you think about how easy it is to clear things off, and you're like, wow, if I wasn't the type of person who could clear things off, this would be very tough for me. Like, for example, I remember when I was talking to a friend and they said that they had anxiety. I didn't believe in anxiety that day. They talked, I was like, anxiety. I mean, but if you just breathe and just like consider yourself, you should be able to be okay. So I had two transitions to make. One was a car trip from one town in Vietnam, about 80 kilometers to another town. If I talk Vietnam, I cannot tell you how many miles that is. So 80 kilometers to another town. And then I had to fly up north. And so get in the car, it's 80 kilometers, it's a big dog, like a big, I don't know, he looked like a Saint Bernard, big, stinky, like big face, breathe, hard dog in this SUV. There's 5 other people in here and the driver, and we're going up this mountain, and like, you know, like I'm gonna be in this car for maybe 3-4 hours. And the dog's just breathing in my face. And I didn't have much space to move my legs much. And I just felt so worried about alcohol. Claustrophobic. I never felt that before. And I was like, oh, right. I had a flashback to a movie I saw when a guy was like locked in like a box. Or like watching Batman as a kid, and they put him in a thing and they slowly fill it with water, or it's like it's slowly closing in on him. Like, I'm like, okay, what do I do? So he said, just breathe. All right, I'm just breathing. I'm just gonna breathe. I know I can breathe my way through this, right? The hair of the dog is in the air. It goes into my mouth. And I'm making a cough and gag. And then I'm like, oh no, this feels awful. I don't like this at all. I hate this.
Yeah.
This is awful. But, you know, I learned a lesson. Okay, sometimes you could be feeling a feeling that you don't know how to appropriate. Guess what? I made it. It was so stressful. I didn't know if I could deal with that again. Got on the plane. I'm on the plane. Sit down. And I'm like, wow, that was so weird, that anxiety stuff. And then the person sits down next to me. They have a almost newborn baby. The baby begins to cry right in my ear. And it just made me feel the emotions of the baby rippling through me. And then I started to feel fear. I fear that the fight wouldn't even make it. I fear, like, I'm like, oh, wow, that's a lot to deal with right there. Okay, what do? I fell asleep. I woke up as we landed, like, oh, I just fell asleep. And that whole thing passed. So it's like, if I think I did learn that anxiety can be very difficult, but if you could find, you know, at least the smallest amount of inner peace and lean into it, you can make it through that moment.
Yeah, of course. And I feel like, I mean, sometimes it's as simple as someone else's that was helpful. I'm not really alone here, but supporting and asking for support and being very open with that helps, you know, and knowing that you can also handle it, and you can also, it's almost like changing your frequency against something, making a loop or making a step towards a different emotion that will be more positive. Maybe watch something funny, or maybe distract yourself with some different thought. Like literally just changing your frequency and creating some resistance to that. That frequency is not strong enough to stay. Like that anxiety, that emotion, that fear is not strong enough to stay. Comparing to your likes, comparing to your positive. The positive emotion has a stronger frequency. So it's like the faster you make that step, faster it's able to interfere with that. And you're creating a different like creating a position. And now you're switching. Yeah. I don't know if you ever read or like listen to Abraham. She's amazing. Frequency. like, she can consistently channels all those thoughts and emotions. It's like, we should definitely check that out.
We already messed it up.
I had a question on the tip. I didn't want to. Oh, there's. You said you were a loner, and so in my mind, there's two types of loners. I lived in Vietnam long enough. I'm from Maryland. Originally, I lived in New York, Atlanta. Right. So, two types of loners. One is the stranger, and the other is the beloved, or the beloved stranger. The stranger, as you probably can imagine, is just a person that no one knows, no one met. You just wander through. It almost might be invisible passing through a room because no one knows them. Maybe they try to connect, they're just too so shut off. That type of loneliness. And then you have the beloved stranger. The beloved stranger is the one who you every time someone interacts with you, it's so pleasant. They're pleasant. It's a good exchange. It might be short. It might be brief. It might be once occurring situation, but it that might happen to you all the time. And you, as that person, might go through life and just feel like, wow, I'm having all these great connections, but none of it is like, I'm not looking for anything to hold on to from it. I'm okay just having these great connections. So I can see that resonates. I definitely see you being more of that second type.
Yeah, because that's like, at some point, I mean, I think I was like, I would say, I was both in my life and different versions. When I'm healing, obviously, I wouldn't be that sorry stranger that just completely closed off. And then I dealt with major like social anxiety growing up that I had to grow from me being very shut off and not being able to be in the space, allowing myself to be in space and allowing this to welcome me. And then move to where it's being and I love it. Wherever I come in, and it's as if I know everybody over there, and I'm able to engage. And now it's kind of like whether I do know you or I don't know you, or and depending on how much energy you have to give.
Yeah.
It's really somewhat I enjoy my very close relationships, but they're very, there's not many of them. There's 2, 3, 4 of them, maybe 3, 4 people in the world right now that are close to that I share my true emotions. Oh, not even true. It's like they know history. They know that something that some people won't be able to comprehend. Because it comes to that, the comprehension. How much can you comprehend me? Because you can meet me only on the level that you know yourself. So it's
Every single day.
that's becomes other than that, I can be the most pleasant person and the most cheerful. I can be fun, or I can be the most meanest person. Depending on what I can't. Yeah, I'm definitely that. Depending on what I'm here.
Yeah, definitely connect with that. So now, like we're wrapping it up, and I came with a new question today. And I'm talking to my sister. So this new question, I think I want to start asking this question more often because I think it helps us uncover something. Maybe we'll find out. The question is, if you were to win a $5 million lottery, so 2 questions after that. What would you do, and who would you tell?
I would tell my friends. I would tell my closest friends. I would tell my family. I would tell the closest people I would. I would heavily create spaces for my friends to be able to produce them and to really elevate myself and to move forward with my mission, with my purpose. And obviously handle like the minor, like the things that I can't handle with my comprehension. Like that would be it. Like I would be the daddy of my friend group. Yeah, I would put everybody along.
Exactly right.
Get everybody paid, get everybody performing in the most beautiful stages.
Yeah.
Get myself performing in those beautiful stages, and really get that going. So, because that's what I want. And I get my house.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow,
And then get assets and do smart decisions.
exactly. Okay. Okay, so
Yeah, like the future, my family, and all of that.
yeah.
Yeah.
My sister said the first thing she would do is hire a lawyer.
I don't know.
Yeah. First thing she is hire a lawyer.
It's so funny that as I'm telling you this, my friend literally talked about this yesterday. And she said she gave me about the same explanation that I did, and I'm like, wow, bitch, we were doing the same shit without money, like,
Yeah.
because that's what we all want, and that's how you know you have that community and know that you tribe that like you're on the same frequency. And I was able to probably get my book published that I would write with that.
Piece of information. So you think that's like what are your thoughts about if like your friend, you maybe you're your friend because you wouldn't do the same thing if you got money. You would turn to each other or you
Yeah.
Do you think that is important? Like, for example, say starting a relationship or something like that, or like a business arrangement, and two people coming together, must they have that same? It's gotta be like a 5-year intention, but it's kind of like, hey, we have a bunch of energy that we can put into anything we want,
Yeah.
and where do you want to put it?
Mm.
And you're like, they're like, oh, this way. You're like, well, that way. Does it mean that, oh, I probably have to align with people who are more closely aligned to my core values and mission?
I feel like in that case, when there's a separation happening, you see how much can you support each other as you go.
As you go.
Because people that you work with, not necessarily the people that are closest to your work. But maybe this is a manifestation that they taking it in, and that is most, fulfilling for them. Like, we different, that's okay. And I want you to grow, and I want you for myself to be there for you. So what is my second? So it's like, how can I bounce off? And how can you bounce off from me? Even though it's not 100% your avenue, and this is not 100% my but I mean, I have a tendency of creating spaces or people who are trying to signal to me. So we kind of have a similar like it wouldn't be a random, I don't know, randomly interested in finances or something else. And I'm like, we do artsy bohemian person, like even art promotion, like that would not probably happen.
Yeah.
We wouldn't probably buy,
Yeah.
So it's it's depending on how.
So the last question. What are you listening to? Like, what have you listened to? Like music, like you can like share
Oh wow.
and impart like one of your vibes.
What have I been listening to? That's a great question. I mean, I've been listening to pretty much everything, honestly. Everything to like, I have a tendency of like creating a very big, like I have a very big playlist that I listen to over and over and over and over.
Yeah.
Like I'm that consistent bitch. But other than that, I would listen to, and depending on my mood, it would be some Russian music, New Age Russian, Kazakh music, some, or some completely like back in the day, like very traditional sound with cobas, which is like instrumental traditional sound, or it could be Earth Gang, or it could be Kendrick, or it could be like Janelle Monáe. Or, like it ranges from everything up and down. I've been lately into very like immersive sounds, kind of techno-ish, because that hit me when I was shooting on my so but yeah, that's pretty much it.
Wow. Yeah, so thank you so much, Naze. It's been a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. This has been Hip Hop High Notes, coming to you live from High Note in historic Lower East Side Manhattan, New York City. Do you have anything you'd like to plug? Anything, or some people to find you on Instagram?
Oh sure, yeah. Find me at the Zerkid.Nova, MADRK.KI, and follow me on my, lounging on the series humanexperience.nyc, and I'll find you from there.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. That was great. That was amazing. Thank you so much for inviting me.